NuubCast.
Greetings, fellow noobs! Welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blomus. We've got a ZvZ. We are on Entombed Valley, and we are looking at Sanguinario. Sanguinario. I think it means bloody. I think it means bloody, or the blood one, or bloody guy, or something. Sanguine is blood. Anyway. Against the Fool. The Fool is Tzernix's older brother. He's Platinum player. And he is rocking it Zerg style with Sanguinario. Now, Sanguinario is a pretty cool-ass name. But, it's a little hard to say. But the Fool is definitely a good name, because you don't want to mess with the Fool. You don't want to be a fool, but you don't want to mess with the Fool, because the Fool will fool you. Make you think that he's a fool when he will bust your butt. I don't know if that's what happens or what. This is a ZvZ. It's probably, in my opinion, I play Protoss, so I love PvP, love watching it. I never had a complaint about it. Even when everyone hated PvP, I love to watch PvPs. Zerg versus Zerg is, I think, the most volatile matchup. Margin for error is so incredibly small in this matchup. If you do something stupid or make a mistake, you're done. If you lose a third, if you take a third and then lose it, you're done. Game's over. Margin for error is just razor thin in this matchup. Usually. Obviously, if you're playing at lower levels, your margin for error is going to be wider. It just is the way it is. But generally speaking, the margin for error is pretty darn thin in this matchup. So that being said, both these guys they are pool first. Looks like it's going to be a one base. Oh no, look at that. As if to smack me in the face with my own words, Sanguinario takes the hatchery right away. But he does go pool first. And he doesn't build any units, and he doesn't have money for speed. So, that being said, the Fool's going to be able to go out with his Lings right away and be able to put on some harassment. He can actually do quite a bit of damage here with just a couple of Lings here, provided that he finds their base before... Queen can pretty much take on 4 Lings, I think. But he's going to get in here. He's going to be able to scout right away. He might even be able to force a cancel. Why are you running away, Sanguinario? Go in there. He's got more Lings coming. And speed 3/4 of the way done. Sanguinario has just started his speed. So the Fool will have a period of time where he has a distinct advantage once the speed kicks in, which should happen any minute now. But I guess not. The Fool's just content to run away. We do have 8 Lings versus his 6, I think, so he might want to stay away. But he does take his expansion as well. And we already have a Baneling Nest coming in for the Fool. Queens don't like Overlords. I might get this one too. Because Queens have such a huge range. And that Queen's not going to have to go anywhere for a really long time. And both players finished. Oh, no. Are these Banelings going to finish? Yes, they are. Boom! Oh, and I forgot to run that stupid-ass program to make, damn it, to make my frame rate stay high. One of these days I'll remember to do that every day. Looks like the Fool wants to return the favor, kills that Overlord. And Sanguinario on his way out, his Baneling Nest just now finishing up. The Fool got himself a pretty decent lead there, And now he can go with this Baneling, and oh no, he doesn't really kill. It doesn't kill nearly enough. I think he might have even splashed on his own dudes. Queen blocking the ramp. Perfect, perfect. Get that Baneling down there. Everything's dead. No worries. And the Fool is doing just great. Look at that, putting down a third hatchery over here. Wants to be able to produce more and more units than his opponent. Now, Sanguinario's Baneling nest is finished. As you can see, he's got his own Banelings popping out of there. You know, just as kind of an aside here, color schemes appear to show up differently on different maps. Like on a darker tile set like this one, where it's just kind of gloomier, the colors are kind of gloomier and faded, and it looks more like I remember StarCraft looking like before I added the color mod back pre 1.5. But if the tile set is lighter, like on an Ohana or, well, shit, I guess that's the only one, really. Although some like a Metropolis, maybe, where it's just a little bit lighter. Whoa, that's a lot of Banelings, man. Blast! Boom! Oh, so many oh no. Oh no, the Fool's in trouble. Fool's in trouble. Doesn't, oh man, that actually went really well for the Fool. Really, really well. I think he only lost 2 drones. One drone. He lost 1 drone and a few lings, and with that many Banelings, that was actually really, really good. He could not have asked for that to have gone better than it did, I think. That was about like 10 or so Banelings, and to have only lost 1 drone and no queens to that, they basically, all those Banelings exploded on several, you know, the AoE was spread amongst the 3 queens. So why is he leaving these Banes back here? He should be bringing them up, I imagine. But he's looking like he wants to get in and do more damage with the Banelings. But here's some more Banelings and Lings to soften that up. We do have the Evo Chamber. The Roaches will be coming soon, and that's going to switch things over. 1 Baneling didn't do too good. And again, these Banes, those ones are going to do a little bit better, but they're not exploding. I'm really surprised. Oh, 2 queens go down that time. A little bit better. And it looks like he's going to get this 3rd, and all 3 of these Lings are still alive. His spine is here. He probably needs to move that over and get it buried. Yeah, that was not. These are not a cost-effective use of the Banelings. He actually needs to get some Roaches out, and I don't know why he's continuing to make Banelings when he should be switching over to Roaches when and his opponent is still on Banelings. I don't even see a Roach Warren here. The Fool definitely doing a better job, generally speaking, of teching up while he's taking care of business. We do have queens back out. Spines will help once they pop, but it's not going to be fast enough. And it looks like he's going to lose another queen. This queen's not even fighting now. Couldn't even fight. He does have a Roach out now. Queen, and all the spines are going to get in. But why are you running the drones away? Because there's just going to get up against these drones. Yeah, go ahead, kill him. Go ahead and kill him. But now he's seen your infestation pit. He knows you have the Roach Warren. And he's got to be playing some catch-up here. I think Sanguinario wants to try to finish this game. And all that the Fool really needs to do at this point, he's doing so much better. He's got the extra hatchery with the queens. He's got extra larvae. He's got... he's been working his gases much longer than Sanguinario has. Although Sanguinario now has a 3rd gas, though he is not mining from it. The Fool needs to take his gases so he can get some more Roaches out. But he has lost a lot more workers. Look at that. 24 workers killed for Sanguinario. That is a lot. But if we look at the income tab, look. For all the workers that he's killed, he's still even Oh my goodness, it blows my mind that that's the case. But you know what that means? It means that the fool has been droning like a frickin' madman. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Like a boss. There's a lot of spines up here. The banelings come in. Not enough damage done. Roaches are going to be able to... He's going to lose this expansion. That's going to be problematic. He already does have this hatchery, though. So he's not going to be losing larva production. And the roaches are going to be able to clean this up. And he is already well ahead, though. Sanguinario going for Spire Tech and almost finished. So once mutas come out, the fool is actually going to be in a little bit of trouble. And here comes a couple of mutas, but again, he's only got 2 guys on gas at each extractor. He's just now getting guys in gas at these extractors, and only 2, so he's going to be slow on gas production. Interesting. Moving his spines back in place. I think the fool really needs to get some scouting, and he needs to know that these mutas are coming, or he's going to find himself in a very bad way very shortly. So yeah, I think to finish my thought, on Ohana and other brighter maps, the colors look brighter as well, and it looks closer to like the color mod. But that's all I was saying about that. But that was totally random because I was totally like 10 minutes away from that conversation, and I totally brought it back because I'm a freaking bouse like that. Why did I say bouse? I'm not Maximus Black. No disrespect to him or Lag TV. But I was here first, bitches. La la la. They do cast lower level games, and they do like funny stuff, cheese stuff, and whatnot. But I was definitely here long before they came on the scene and started doing low level games. Because they don't just do cheese; they cast and stream low level games all the time. Your games, games that people submit to them, and that is my thing. It's always been my thing. I mean, whatever. I'm not like saying that to be bitter or ridiculous or anything. I'm just saying I did it first. That's all. So yeah, Sanguinario is just basically getting mutas together. I don't know why he's not attacking with them, considering that his opponent doesn't have anything really that hits air. He could have infestors, though he is not yet, and now he's moving out. He's got all roaches, and once the mutas come out, he does see the mutas, and now he's like, shit. And what's he gonna do? He's planting a couple of spore crawlers, and where is he? Right in the mineral line. One at the top, one at the bottom, and a Hydra Den. So it looks like the fool is going to stick on layer tech, and here come these Mutalisks, and they're going to kill this. The queens need to get help. Yeah, he's in trouble. He is in trouble. Hydralisk is about to be complete. These Mutalisks are dead. Surprise, where are the Hydras? He's not making any Hydras, he's just planting spore crawlers and counter-attacking. I completely disagree with this move. He's not making any anti-air. Although Sanguinario is not really paying much attention. And he's going to go up here where all the spores are finishing up. And he's probably not going to be able to get any drone kills, but he's killing a lot of overlords, and that's going to be helpful. And that's the end of the Mutalisk threat. And here is the fool attacking into these spine crawlers with roaches, and he's probably going to win here, but he's going to take a lot of damage. And spine crawlers are really good against roaches, but it looks like he's going to be able to get in here and take this base down. Even though there are mutas on the field, roaches take a long time for Mutalisks to kill. And there goes that base. It's going to be able to kill some drones. Not that many. We do still have Now we have Lings running by up here. Interesting, and they're going after the spores. Looks like it could be kind of a base race situation. But look at this, hidden base. The Fool knows about it. The Fool back up and running here, but he's got 0 drones and no money. So we are 100% in base race mode. The Hydra's slowly making their way. And it looks like this is going to be a... yeah, I don't think Sanguinario can beat this. This is interesting because the Fool, I think, outplayed, out-macroed, you know, just from a pure mechanics and gameplay perspective, the Fool completely outplayed Sanguinario. But because Sanguinario went mutas, he gave himself a real chance to stay in the game. And now that he's killed that base, I mean all the spines, he can eventually clean this up. But he's got a lot of money, but he's got and he's got this over here. But he's trying to make queens, he's trying to rebuild his stuff, but he doesn't have the larva. He's not going to be able to do anything really. He doesn't have gas, so all he's going to be able to make is Zerglings. And no matter how many he makes, he's not going to be able to keep up with this. And the Fool already knows about this base, so he's not going to be able to keep it alive for very long. These guys are going to take care of these. And I think all of the Zerglings are dead over here. Yep, there's a Hydra in the base that killed all the Lings. So this is basically the end, and we're just sitting around waiting for the GG. And I expect it any second. Now there it is. Very nice game by these two Zerg players. Sanguinario, basically this is one of those keys where scouting is, you know, one of the most important things of the game. Sanguinario, because he was aggressive, because he had Lings in his opponent's base, saw that the Fool was going Roaches, so he skipped Roaches in his tech tree, went right for Spire, getting Mutalisks out, and that actually helped him stay in the game, because the Fool was completely out-macroing him and just out-droning him. We saw that, you know, he had killed like some 25 drones before the Fool had any worker kills at all, and so you would have assumed that would have put him far ahead, but in fact it just evened them out. So great game, good players, little base raceage at the end, and a few Lings are not going to be able to take down this kind of army. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep climbing that ladder, and we will see you tomorrow. We got Stargirl, and it's going to be Liquid Noonie against Root Destiny. Should be a draw. Should be a fun. Not a draw. A draw as in bringing people to see it. Peace out, bros.